Hi guys, Mrs. Sullivan. So today for your warm-up, you should have already done that. If you haven't, paused this video and you need to go back into Canvas modules and you need to get your warm-up finished. The warm-up for today was, what is geography? Geography is the study of people and places and the landforms that they create. You're studying the world. You're studying the people that live in the world. You're studying the places that these people come from and different places around the world. And you are looking at all the different things that these people might create and how they might change those landscapes. And so anything that you have that would be similar to what I just mentioned would be a great answer for that warm-up. I also want to review the two major topics of yesterday. So one of the things we talked about, the two features that geographers study. So I want you to take a second. Without looking back at anything, can you name what those two features were? There were two types. If you said human features and physical features, then you are correct. And you can kind of give yourself a little pat on the back for that one. Now today, we're going to start talking about geographers' tools. If you are somebody who sometimes comes and sits in my classroom, then you should already have the paper handout that goes along with these notes, and you can kind of follow along with those. We won't finish the entire paper, but we will go through part of it. If you are a virtual learner all the time, then you want to take your own notes on a piece of paper, and you don't have to write word for word. The notes are more for your benefit to help you when it's time for the test, time to help you look back at it if you need to. But on a piece of paper, writing some of these things down that we talk about is going to be a really good idea for you. So pause this if you need to kind of go get those materials. So let's begin. So geographers always have tools that they use when they are looking at things. And one of those is always based off of something. So I want you to visualize what I'm saying right here and see if you can come up with what that is. So a spherical or ball-shaped model of the entire planet. So it looks like a ball, and it has all of the continents and oceans on it. Think you can get this one? If you said globe, then you are correct. Another tool that geographers use, here's my hint to you. It's a flat drawing that shows all or part of the Earth's surface. What do we call that? If you told yourself it was a map, then you are correct again. So we're going to look at today the different types of maps that we're going to see as the year goes by. So there are three different types of projections that usually maps are presented as. So one of them is the cylindrical projection, and that is a map where it kind of looks like the picture on the right. What they have done, it's like they've taken almost like a big, huge cylinder and wrapped it around the globe, and then they've unfolded it. And whatever that cylinder was touching, copied onto that piece of paper or whatever it was they're using as the cylinder, and that's how the map shows up. So what happens is it causes land masses near the poles, the North Pole, the South Pole, to appear a lot larger than they really are. So a lot of people call this a Mercator projection, and that's a lot of the maps that we see look like that. The biggest thing to really realize is it makes these areas up here and this area down here at the bottom, a lot bigger than it really is. So if I give you the example of Antarctica, which is down at the bottom of the screen, that big, huge white area at the bottom of the map, Antarctica is not that big at all. It is like Australia. It is more the size of this right here. So can you see how really distorted Antarctica is in a map like this? You have to realize that Antarctica is not that big. It is about as big as what my arrow is pointing to right now. So that's the one downfall, if you don't know that that's how it is. But most of everything else is pretty good, especially right in this area right here. Another one is called the conic projection. And that's like if you took a cone and placed it somewhere over the globe. So think of a piece of paper or an ice cream cone that's pointy at the end, and you're just sticking it on a globe. And whatever that piece of paper or that snow cone or that ice cream cone touches comes off on to it. So a lot of the times, the shape of different continents or countries or whatever that map is showing, those are pretty accurate. And when it talks about it's accurate along the latitudes where it touches the globe, so latitudes are these lines that go from left to right here. So that's a latitude. So it's just saying that the distance and the shape in that area, those end up usually pretty similar to what they really are in real life. The third one is a flat plane projection, and that's based on what they consider a plane, or think of like a flat piece of paper just touching the globe at one particular point, like this picture right here. So those are really only useful if you want to show like true direction and what certain exact places on the globe look like. So usually you only see these if you're looking at a map that's showing the poles. So this, you might see a picture of Antarctica look like that. That's what this is over here. And you might see like the North Pole. That's what this one is right here. So that's really the only time that you see any kind of map that is considered a flat plane projection. Now, other things that geographers will use is a lot of the times, especially now in this high-tech era that we live in, geographers gather information using photos and satellites. And those images can help make the maps and help with location and with a lot of other things like elevation. So two different types of systems that geographers use. There is the GIS, which is the Geographic Information System, and a lot of the times that is used for specific elevation in an area like these pictures show right here. And another one that we're more familiar with is the GPS, or Global Positioning System, which usually uses about 3 different satellites to pick an exact location on Earth. So like your cell phone, if you have location on it, that's what is being used to figure out where that cell phone is at any given time. So your parents can find you if they need to. We also have the different types of maps that people use and what we will see throughout the year. So we're going to go through those. This one is known as a political map. So if you are looking at a map that shows political features would be like borders of countries or continents. They might show capital cities. They'll show large cities. And usually it is color-coded where each individual continent or each individual country is a different color, like this one is here. So this is what a political map looks like. This map is a physical map. And a physical map is going to show you the physical features of that area. So you're going to see elevation. For instance, the brown part in this map would be elevation. That's where a lot of the mountains are. The green is going to be more flatland or forest area. And then you can see the rivers in blue and the oceans in blue. This would be that physical map. It is showing you any type of physical feature that there would be. So mountains, deserts, rivers, lakes, any type of landform or water form. And then you have what's known as a special purpose map. So a special purpose map focuses on one topic. So take a second, see if you can figure out like what this topic is. Do you know where to look? That's something we're going to talk about in the next couple days. If you looked over here at this map key, this map is about GDP per capita. We're going to talk about that later in the year, but that means gross domestic product. So how much product they are putting out per person that lives in their country. It usually tells you if that country is making money, it has a good economy or not. So that is what this is showing. So this special purpose map is showing one topic. It's talking about the gross domestic product. Other examples would be a population map, or when maybe you're looking at a map that shows a battle for something. So any type of thing that focuses just on one topic. One big hint: if it's not a political map, if it's not a physical feature map, then guess what? It's a special purpose map. So now let's kind of check yourself for a second. Look at this map. What type of map is this? It's going to be a political map, a physical map, or a special purpose map. What would your answer be? You should have said political map. If you did, you're awesome. Now look at this one. What type of map is this? Is it a political map, a physical map, or a special purpose map? You should have said special purpose map. If you did, you're fantastic. And now what is this? Is it a political map, a physical feature map, or a special purpose map? You should have said physical map. If you did, you are just the best person in the world today, right? So if you got those three right, you're doing a good job so far. Now here's what we are going to do. So you're going to go back to the Canvas modules for today and go through the rest of the assignments. You're going to use the link that's provided to complete a Quizlet. So the Quizlet you're going to complete is called Geography Types of Maps Review. And I want you to go through the matching for that Quizlet. So I know there's different games and things that you can play. I want you to choose matching. And I want you to go through there and I want you to see if you can get them all right the first time. If you can't, go through it again. If you can't then, go through it again. I think you want to do that at least 3 times or more, because your success check that you have to take today is based off of some of those answers that you're doing in the Quizlet. So if you can get that Quizlet and that seems pretty easy for you, and you're doing the matching and you can match them up pretty good, then you're going to be just fine on that success check. So once you get done going through that Quizlet at least 3 times, or you feel comfortable where you're going to get 100% on the success check no matter what I give you, then you can move on and you can go up to this wrap up where we complete the success check on Canvas. And again, you're back in Canvas modules. Once you get through this video, once you go through the Quizlet, and once you complete the success check, you are done for the day. If you have any questions, email me and let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day.